Like one time we got a tow. Our van died, and the tow truck. And I have roadside, and it's free. And the guy's like, "That'll be $200 cash." I'm like, "No, that's not $200 cash." He's like, "Yeah, it is." I'm like, first off, I have roadside, and second off, it wouldn't be cash anyway. I would just pay with the card. He had already hooked it up, and he tried to get tough. He's like, "Listen, I already hooked this up. Your choices are I steal your car right now, or you give me $200 cash right now." I'm like, third option. There's 5 of us, and we beat you into the fucking ground. And nope, and runs away down the street. Like literally runs. I'm like, there's 4 of us, and we beat you into the ground. I'm like, that kid wouldn't have done much anyway. We're still fine. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, like that's how he is. But he's like online being like, "I'll fight to the death for my friends. Fuck all of you." I'm like, no, you absolutely won't. So I don't know why that bothers me, but that fake tough thing, it annoys me. Like, do it or don't.
Meanwhile, I was telling someone the other day how no one would ever let me fight in the band. Like, we had that one time in South Carolina where there was like, we were loading up at the same time as another band and stuff was about to pop off, and everyone like, "Not you, Justin." And then there was that one time that we were in, oh god, where was it? It doesn't matter. It was we had your rapper friends opening, and Catala was there.
Oh yeah, that was in
Canton. Bumped into the thing.
Yeah,
it was in Canton, and like Catala's mom was like, "Someone stop them! Someone stop them!" And I take a step forward, and she puts her hand on my chest. She goes, "Not you,
not you, baby.
No one lets me fight."
Yeah, I'm the opposite. Whenever anything pops up, they're like, "Wait, deal with it." Okay, all right. That's really funny. That is true. We did protect you. Donnie always called you porcelain.
Yes.
Okay, so let's hop into it. Jamie isn't here today. Mom's not here, so no one's driving the ship. So we're just gonna go astray forever.
What are we doing today?
We're just gonna do a Q&A. If that works for you. I've asked people on a couple different platforms some questions. I got some questions. And I feel we'll just answer some questions if that works for you.
Sounds wonderful. Welcome to the Insignificants podcast. My name is Justin. I'm here with Lance. There's no Jamie today, so we're going to do some Q&A.
So, I put out a question that said, I have to host a Q&A session for a Darling Waste podcast because Jamie isn't here. Ask me questions. And I put it out on several different social media things, got some questions. Some are hilariously not about the band. So we'll start with some questions that have come from Facebook. The first question is from Anton, who is our guitarist, who says, "Who is the coolest, most handsome British musician you've ever had the pleasure to work with?"
Paul Diello.
That's right. So Paul Diello is Justin's answer. Who is the most handsome? Oh man, I think J.K. From the drummer for Arnison's Lost. It was an attractive fellow. So I know Anton wants to say him, but I think it's going to be.
That's why it's great that it's not going to be the answer.
There's another one of those coming up from someone else. So our answer is I do love Paul Diello. Alan Bonner was pretty steamy, attractive too.
You're right. They're both handsome lads.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna say J.K. From Arnison's Lost. I will tell you. All right, let's tell our favorite Paul Diello story. Then, do you have a favorite Paul Diello story?
I do. I routinely tell it.
All right, tell me your Paul Diello story.
All right, so we're in the van. You're driving. Paul is in the passenger seat.
This is mine too.
And you are eating a Slim Jim. Yep. And he goes, "Lance, may I have a bite of your beef stick?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure." And you hand it over. And he takes it away. He goes, "Oh, it's making a paste in my mouth."
Yeah. It's like, "Oh, this is like, oh no, it's making a paste in my mouth." Yeah, that is a good one. I just and always I remember. I think it was like maybe 4th of July We were playing in West Virginia, and we had a hotel room. I don't know if we were in West Virginia, but we had a hotel room, and I want to say it was 4th of July. Or no, it was St. Patrick's Day, maybe. It was some drinking holiday. I think it was St. Patrick's Day. Does that make sense? And I think we had the night off.
It was St. Patrick's Day, and actually, we were staying at Daniel's place.
Was that not a hotel room?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. But Paul came back really hammered. He went out drinking. Did you go out with them? Do you remember? I did not.
I did. I'm no fun. Go on.
Why didn't I go with you? Was there a girl? Would I go see a girl probably? Or did I just not want to go out?
No, you were just like, I just need some Lance time. You guys have fun. I just need to decompress.
That's how I remember too, which is weird for me. But I was like, no, I will not go out. So yeah, they all came back hammered. Paul laid on top of me and was like, was it me and you or me and Daniel? It was me and Daniel, right? And he's like, let's have a threesome. Yeah. And Daniel's like, no, I'm out. And he's like, Lance, let's have a threesome. I'm like, there's only two of us. And he's like, it can be a 2-person threesome, Lance. Come on. Okay. And then my favorite JK story. I have a couple wonderful JK stories. Great drummer, one of the best drummers I've ever been around. Just absolute professional. And he drove the van on our UK tour, so I would usually stay up with him and hang out in the front. And I just remember one time, but I just remember, you know how sometimes we would just get like really silly and everything would make us laugh? He was making me attempt to figure out what British, you know how like we have road signs that are just like stick figures doing shit and we know what they mean? Yeah. They have that too, but it's not the same things. So I was asking what stuff meant, and he's like, what do you think it means? And then I started making shit up. And their shovels there are so large in their hands, it looks like they are putting up umbrellas. And I'm like, oh, beaches next 500 feet, watch out. And he was like crying, and everyone's like, shut the fuck up. And we were just dying laughing. Also, I don't do drugs. I can count on one hand the time I've done anything in my life. I'm such a prude. Mm-hmm. And when I was coming back to England, he posted on my Facebook and was like, mate, can't wait for you to come back. I've rolled like 10 spliffs full of the best ganja, and my mom was so convinced. Like, everyone was like, Lance, are you? I'm like, no. Like, why would he say that? And then obviously, this just happened a couple days ago. I have not had time to even post online. I've been so busy this week, but like, it's the anniversary. I think, I don't know what, the 11th maybe. More than that. 15th, 16th of us getting that big fight in Hull, England, which we'll talk about more, I guess, when it comes up in the timeline. But we literally viciously fought the owner of a club in Hull, England, and it was a fight that just kept going and going and going. Every time it stopped, it would start again. And it ended with he picked up JK's double bass pedals and swung and hit the singer with them. And JK, who had been trying to break it up, lost his mind, just like stomped the dude's balls in, folded him in half, and shoved him through the door, and then was so mad he went over and like started kicking the guy's windows in, and we're like, we gotta, and and it was insane. And like, we pulled out as the cops pulled in, and they didn't realize it was us, and it was one of the most insane things. So JK is a real one. So there you go. Who is the coolest, most handsome?
Would you say that this fight in Hull was a whole thing?
It was a whole thing, yeah.
There it is. Can I give you a quick Alan Bonner before we get to the next question? Yeah. I just loved, like, you and I do some dark humor, and his reaction every time was, "That's so dark. It's so dark." And I just got such a kick out of that.
That's really funny. Okay. Biggest musical influence over the years. And have they changed from when the band first started to now? Justin, what are some of your biggest musical influences?
So I'm just gonna really quick bring up the time that we were on that Chicago radio station and we were asked this question and you became very upset.
Really? I don't remember this. Can you tell me?
Yeah, this is not something we discussed, and so they're like, "What are your musical influences?" So my dumb ass is like, "Mindless self-indulgence," and then
I got mad at you for that.
Was like,
why did I get? I got mad about everything, dude.
Our drummer at the time goes Linkin Park, and you're just like, "God damn it, guys!" And you actually give a real answer, and after it, you're like, "Hey guys, so we're in an emo band. Like, even though those are your influences, perhaps we don't say mindless self-indulgence and Linkin Park."
Oh, who gives a shit? Lighten up, Lance.
Yeah, and then also during that one, you were like, they're like, "What artist would you want to meet?" And I remember this to this day. You go Katy Perry because I want to ask why.
God damn it! I'll stand by that one.
But yeah, musical influence. I was obsessed with Kurt Cobain in high school. That's really what got me into everything. So just Nirvana was the biggest influence, and I listen to a lot of weirdo internet music now, and I'm working on some covers of some mindless self-indulgence songs, and
Nice.
definitely the weirdo internet music influences there. But that's my answer. How about you?
What do you currently? Never mind. That's a question for later. There actually is a question about what we're currently listening to. Yeah, I'm not going to answer this question. This whole podcast is an answer to that question. Every fucking.
May I answer that question for you?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. So your influences are Counting Crows and Nine Inch Nails. Next.
Yeah. Counting Crows, Nine Inch Nails, Radiohead. I think is probably Bright Eyes.
There it is.
I think if you just had those four, you just shove them together. A little bit of My Chemical towards the end, and then you're like, yep, there it is. Yeah. That's Darling Waste. Okay. If you could collaborate with any band, why can't I read this morning? If you could collaborate with any bands or singers, who would you like to work with? And I guess that's now. Justin, do you have any?
They Might Be Giants. I love those guys.
God,
they're brilliant.
I don't know if I could keep up with them, but I would just apologize and try.
I couldn't, but
right?
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
They would be like, okay, this song is called, there's neurons in your eyeballs firing 20,000 times a second, and they send the light to the refraction off the sun. And I'd be like, and chloroform, no, mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell, or something. I don't know enough about science to keep up with it. Oh God. Yeah, I would just yell photosynthesis in the background. Photosynthesis. Or I just do like the Bill Nye, the science guy, like science in the background while they say really clever things.
We need to write a song specifically where you could just drop a word in like that every now and then.
Maybe we should try to write Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, this needs to be like a song for this podcast where it's just instrumental and every once in a while you go, the Insignificants.
Podcasts.
Microphones.
Remember then? I would like to write a song in their style, from the point of view of people who aren't very smart. So it's just like a really witty song where what if we did one that's like a science denier, flat earther, anti-vaxxer version of that?
So here's the thing, it crossed my mind, but unfortunately it'll become super popular and used against us.
People falling off the edge of the world and dying from vaccines. It would be a thing.
God damn it.
Okay.
This one goes out to Dr. Fauci.
So if I could collaborate with any bands or singers, it's funny, I've been thinking about this a lot lately, honestly. If I did another album, I was thinking about that. I'm like, could we do this if we wrote a full album, recorded it, did the best we could, then once it was basically done, took another 6 months of just shopping it to other singers that I like and be like, pick any song, I will mute my vocals and you can have that verse, you can rewrite a verse, you can, and then even if we didn't like what they did, we could just put it as a bonus track, like this mix with this person on it or something. So now I mean, there's obviously the pie in the sky, like, wouldn't it be great to have Gerard Way or something like that's never going to happen. So I'm not even going to mention the people that we have no connection with. I would like to have, if I could, right now, if I could have my dream lineup of people to sing songs with me. Amanda from Dresden Dolls, for sure. Matt from Kill Hannah, for sure. The singer from Black 47, for sure. Josh Joplin was a one-hit wonder. He had a song called Camera One. He kind of sounds like the dude from REM. He was great. He's basically out of music now. I would love to talk to him about singing a song. I've been to a couple of his shows and absolutely loved him. Chantal Kraviazik. There's, Jenny Owen Young, maybe, So that's my answer. I'd like to collaborate with,
and then just have them drop the word science randomly in your song.
Science. That's something that Jenny Owen Young would do. That sounds. I bet you we could probably get. I bet you I could probably get right now, if I had to. I could probably get Jenny Owen Young, Regina Spektor, and Amanda Palmer to all voice note me the word science kind of sexy. I bet you all of them have that kind of sense of humor that they'd be like, sure, I'll say science into a microphone for you.
Your email is titled, "Hey, you remember the Bill Nye theme song?"
When are you recording this? Sundays at 7 a.m. Thank you.
Yeah.
So there we go. What was your highest charted song position in the U.S. and UK? I don't think we ever charted anywhere that I'm aware of. I don't. If we did, I didn't look at them or wasn't aware. We actually, I don't believe with the first album we sent out things with barcodes even, so I think we screwed that up. I don't 100% remember the story, but I think, because I remember we were like, we sold 11,000 copies and we were on these radio stations, and then labels would be like, cool, receipts please, and we're like, of what? And they're like, well, did you sound scan this? I'm like, what's that? So I don't think we charted, and then in the UK we obviously never had a hit song. So the biggest things we did in the UK is we got nominated for an award for Best International Newcomer that we hilariously lost to Lady Gaga. Which, why were we in that category?
It was so close, though.
Who had a more of an impact on the UK, us or Lady Gaga?
It was really a toss-up right till the end there.
And then we were on radio in like Brighton, England, and I think that might be it as far as England goes. I don't think we ever got played on like BBC or anything, except for like one-offs for festivals. They'd play a song, but we were never in like rotation. And then we were popular on like some internet radio in England. But yeah, I don't think, and as far as album sales go there, I would say it's probably whatever we sold off a table. I don't think that, Yellowfish distributed us in any way, not to speak ill of them. We didn't ask them to. So yeah, I would say we probably didn't chart. In America, the only charting we ever did was internet charting, right? Like there were times, so back in the day, MySpace had people ranked like by popularity. So for a long time when we were in Cleveland, we were the number one, in terms of fans or plays or however you toggled it. We were the number one band in Cleveland for like way over a year or two. And then when we moved to New York, I thought we dropped down to like 400 and we dropped down to like 12. I'm like, there's no fucking way we're the 12th biggest emo band in New York, are we? Maybe for a minute there, at least online we were. So what?
So just possible future album titles: 12th biggest emo band in New York.
We used to call radio stations and request songs when a new album was coming out. I remember being in England and calling everybody in America and requesting that new Darling Waste, and especially if they had like at the time like text lines were real big for radio stations, like text us what you want to hear. So they didn't even know it was us at all, and they'd be like, "Oh, we don't have it. Have them send it to us," and then I would just email them as me and be like, "Oh, our fan just emailed and said you don't have our thing. Here's a link to it." And they're like, "We got this new Darling Waste," and I remember being in England. I think once again with Noah, who really liked to do this shit. We were sitting in our record label had their own like bar inside the studios, and it was, I don't know, it was cool. They had like their own like little cafe and pub in there, and it was just the two of us like late at night, just and we were going back and forth between internet radio stations, and we're hearing, I think it was Please Lie to Me, on multiple stations at once around the world, and we're like, yes, we're doing it. Play, dance for us, puppets. And had this like command center. And then I convinced that label to let me have interns. And I got 3 interns. And it was like, here's the deal. I'm going to teach you everything I know about recording. You're going to request Darling Waste on radio stations. And so it was like, 2 hours a day of requesting, and then like 5-hour class by me for like 2 weeks. And so the label let us do that, which was really nice of them. Because the label in England, you can give college credit as long as I think it's the same as here, like as long as you're accredited or whatever. And our label was accredited, so they were just like, yeah, he's with our label. I had been hired by them, so they're like, yep, you can actually give out college credit to intern for Darling Waste. I'm like, fuck yes, let's go. So someone also said that I said no questions about soda. We've talked about it enough. And someone said, I'm proud of you for not saying pop. Someone said, have you talked about the Lost Creek days and the Lost Creek boys? Yes, we have a lot in early episodes. Listen to our podcast. Go back and listen, won't you? Okay, we have 2 hyper-specific ones. One got me in trouble this week. So someone said, who was your favorite high school girlfriend? And my wife's sister was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I didn't ask that. And also my wife was 1, so I don't think she has much to complain about. She was maybe 3 years old when I was in high school. So, nothing I can do about that. My question to you, Justin, when power ranking high school girlfriends, do you go off of what just happened in your house?
Listen, so I have all of my lights on timers, and my living room lights turn out 1 hour past sunrise.
Oh, okay.
I will fix that now.
That's really cool.
You asked that question, and everything got dark.
I'm like, how do you power rank?
Talking about that, are we?
How do you power rank high schoolers? Let me turn the lights off for this. When talking about your favorite high school girlfriend and trying to power rank them, do you do it by the time spent dating in high school, right? Are you judging just off of your brief high school relationship, or what they've become since, like who they are now, or you know what I mean? Like how do you quantify this?
Yeah. So you know how when you divide by 0 on a calculator and you get an error?
Yeah.
I had 1 internet girlfriend in high school, so I'm not going to be able to be a big help with this.
I just don't know if I do like who they are now. Like, oh yeah, it's easy. This person's really cool still. This person's cool still. Or do I do strictly just what our relationship? I don't remember. Our relationship all sucked. I was a high schooler.
Yeah, I was going to say probably whatever was the most enjoyable at the time.
Yeah, I don't know. They're all.
It's a weird question. Like, whoever asked that needs to.
Well, it was a high school girlfriend. So that's.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. Also, so I'm going to abstain. My 10th grade girlfriend, we had a lot of fun. She was a punk rocker, and we listened to a lot of good music, and we hung out at the mall. So I think that's going to be my answer. Her name is Missy. I didn't, that's my. She was the coolest. We had a lot of fun. We did a bunch of art together and stuff. So also,
that seems like a solid answer.
Last question from this social media is, do you remember when we went on a covert mission at like midnight in an attempt to borrow a drum kit from an abandoned building and were caught by a power tripping redneck? No, I don't, because I wasn't there. I know what she's talking about. This was down in the South. Excuse me, early days of Darling Waste. Donnie was our drummer, and Donnie, I believe, was playing on a mixture of my high school drum set with a couple bought parts. Like, I think it was like my high school drum set was like a starter, Yamaha drum kit. The things I remember about this drum set were the legs had broken off, at least one of them, off the drum. So we had to carry a cinder block and wedge the cinder block underneath it so it wouldn't roll forward. And then we carried another cinder block because we didn't have a drum rug to keep it from sliding forward. There's actually pictures on videos I've seen recently, and there's 2 cinder blocks on the drum kit. And then I think it was probably my toms, and the toms were like connected to the bass drum, which is hilarious because Donnie stopped doing that, and Noah doesn't do it. And I don't think JK ever did it in England. So I hate that on drums now, just because of like all of my drummers who kept their drums in my house for 15 years had the single stand for the toms. So I hate a drum set that has to me, I look at it, I'm like, oh, so you're a child. Like, but it's really funny because like lots of very famous drummers, I think it's probably very natural for almost everyone to have the drums coming out of the bass drum. But in our scene, it was a very big fad to not have that. And then Donnie had bought a nice snare and then nice cymbals, I think. So we were deep in the South. I believe this was the same show because me and Andrew were real into jumping off of things into water at the time. Where we literally from stage said, hey, if anybody knows any bridges we can jump off of into water, that's the thing we're doing this tour. We're jumping off of bridges into water for some reason on this tour. And this girl came up to us after the show and said, hey, if you guys want to come to my place, there's a river and we all can jump. You can jump off this like hill into the river. The water's a little snaky right now, but it should be fine. And so we were like, yeah, for years we're like, snaky should never be an adjective for water. But I think this is the same night. So what had happened was our drum set was falling apart, and some kid came to us and said, hey, listen, I know where a drum set is, and I think we could probably steal it. It's in this place that used to be, I don't know, a school or something, and it's just been sitting there for like a year. I don't remember the exact story, but I do remember there was a drum kit in a what used to be maybe a school of music or something that had gotten abandoned. And so, I'm going to go steal this drum set with these children. And they were like 15 years old or something. I'm like, you're going to go to jail. And it's like, no, we can do it. And I don't remember who all probably... I don't know who all was with us, but half the band thought it was a great idea. And then me and Andrew were like, y'all are going to jail. We're not doing this. So me and Andrew did not go. They needed the van, so they dropped us off at the smoothest looking parking lot we could find in the middle of the night so me and Andrew could skateboard while they went and committed a crime. This has happened several times in my life with this band, maybe even on this tour, where every member of Darling Waste was talking to a cop at different locations at the same time. So me and Andrew changed the church sign. We spent a long time trying to figure out what we could write with the letters that we had, and we never got anything good, but we put like, whoa, yeah, fuck it, or something. It was just like something like really stupid. And then went back to skateboarding. We did not leave the scene after we did that. So of course a cop pulled over and he's like, you guys changed the sign. We're like, no, what? And I'm like, oh, that's really funny. Whoever did that must have been very clever. And he's like, well, it wasn't an hour ago. I'm like, oh wow, you should hurry and catch that guy then. Like, we'll hold it down here and make sure he doesn't come back. Like, so and then, yeah, they came back and were like, yep, there was a security guard. We didn't even get close to it. But apparently the security guard, according to this person, was power tripping. They said, we're caught by a power tripping redneck. I believe that was a security guard hired to protect that property from these people. So I don't know the full story, but I wouldn't call them power tripping redneck. I mean, they probably were, but also they were probably doing their job. Okay, that's that. We did get a voice note about soda. So
today I'm ranking the best ginger ales in the greater Cleveland area, so I don't know if you can get them anywhere else. Number 8 is Seagram's ginger ale, 7 out of 10, mild ginger, light citrus, just kind of ordinary. Number 7, Mixer's Premium Ginger Ale. It's weird. It's got a mix of orange, a bunch of spices, some floral notes. 6 is Schweppes ginger ale.
And where is he? He's like on a beach. There's like children playing and a seagull.
More like a soda. Very sweet. Number 5, Canada Dry. Mild ginger, some citrus to it. A little bit of sweetness, not too much. Oh, that one's an 8 out of 10. Number 4 is Bolin ginger ale. A lot more lemon lime to this. It has cane sugar in it, so it might not have the filmy taste of artificial sweeteners. Number 3 is Werner's. This one has got a strong vanilla taste to it, so it's sweeter and more syrupy. Number 2 is Reed's Real Ginger Ale. Has a lot more ginger to it, a mild peppery heat that comes with the ginger.
A mild peppery heat.
And number 1, Fever Tree Premium Ginger Ale, 9 out of 10.
Number 1 doesn't get a 10?
Fever Tree has layered ginger, some little bit of citrus, and some floral notes to it.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So there you go.
So ginger ale is so gross that even the best is still not a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I think it's really funny. Well, I also think that he thinks there's just room for improvement in the ginger ale game. I'd like to hear. I'm going to ask for a follow-up note for next week's podcast where he describes what would be a 10 and how we think we can achieve 10 in the ginger ale game. Let me put my windscreen back on. Sorry. So thank you to Jason for that detailed top 8 ginger ale note from Coney Island or wherever the fuck he was at. I don't know what he was doing. Oh, we got people are live chiming in with their favorite with questions, which is insane because we're not live, but I'm just getting more questions.
No.
Favorite guitar or piece of gear of all time, whether you own it or you want it. Which actually I actually had questions in case we didn't get questions, and one of them was Justin, talk about your bass. Justin, do you want to tell us about your bass or your favorite bass or things like that?
The most important thing about my gear is I have a green bass and a Shoreline Gold bass, and they're called Zelda and Link. And
nice.
then my amp is Death Mountain. But
nice.
Yeah,
Zelda's the boy, right? What make are they? Like who?
They are they're Squire Precision P bass.
Oh, are they?
Yes.
Okay, so you bought a bass that you hated and immediately traded in. Is that right? An active pickup bass?
Yeah. So basically, when I joined the band, I had some like Rogue, Korean-made $70 bass guitars, 1 4-string in blue, 1 red 5-string, and then you recommended a Music Man, but I
hate them
doesn't
too.
go well.
Yeah.
I had this like Sunburst active pickup, and it just did not work with me. I remember I chased everybody out of an Orlando bar because I didn't realize that the wire wasn't all the way in the jack, and everybody left before I figured it out. So yeah, I was really over it. So I bought those. I did a lot of research, and basically the Squire P-Bass Special 5s are like a jazz bass with. It's like a P bass with jazz pickups.
So yeah, they call them like PJs,
strings.
right? Like
they're really weird, but I loved them. And then I brought that to that one dude who modified it to only 1 knob, which I really wanted because Jerry Only of Misfits has 0 knobs. He just plugs in and it's at full volume. I didn't quite want that, fun. But I wanted one step from that. So and then that same guy replaced all of the. I have Galen Kruger 500 amp, and I had two 2x10 speaker cabinets, and he replaced the default speakers, which were really pretty in gold, but just made farting noises when I hit the low B.
Yeah.
So we put in some. I think we went from 100-watt speakers to 350-watt speakers.
Nice.
And yeah, so we ended up doing like a 1400-watt from originally 400. So yeah, when he called me, he's like, "Your Death Cab is ready," and then I named it Death Mountain.
Nice.
So yeah, that is my gear. Since leaving the band, I've also purchased a pedal that goes with that Galen Kruger 500, which you can put two settings in there, and then with a tap, it goes from one setting to the other.
Oh,
so,
cool.
Not that I played out or anything, but I felt that was very important to have to complete my little setup.
Very, very cool. Is there? You don't have any gear that you're like, I want this guitar or bass or anything that you're like?
So I forgot what made me look into it. It might have been after our last podcast. I started to think about, like, my gear's pretty old, and over time, things warp, and it might, like, so I was like, if I got some fresh gear today, what would it be? So I was just looking at Fender 5-string P basses, and they don't offer anything currently I like.
Yeah, no, that I get that for sure.
And I was, we've talked about, like, you don't really need like an amp anymore. You can just plug into the direct of most places. So I was thinking of just replacing my Death Mountain with just like something small, because I figured there's probably been advances in technology where you can get more output for lighter stuff. But
yeah, that's very
this
true.
is actually something I was looking over the last week.
Nice
Without any solid decisions.
Yeah, so my favorite guitars, we were sponsored by Schecter. So Schecter Diamond Series, hilariously, is the Darling Waste sound. And it's noticeable. Like when I want to play a better guitar, and I pick up, I have a Fender Texas Special, but it's a 60th or 50th anniversary Stevie Ray Vaughan Texas Special Fender American. It has a humbucker in it. So it has 3 pickups, the 2 normal Fender Strat pickups, and being a Texas Special, I think, means the second pickup is wound tighter or something for a more overdriven sound. But then it also, because it's, I don't know if it's because it's the 50th anniversary or because it's a Stevie Ray Vaughan model, it has the 3rd humbucker in it as well. So it can give you the traditional, I'm going to say, sound I don't like. The Fender Strat 1950s, 60s, I call it a fwappy sound, like a Tom Petty kind of Beach Boys kind of, like, I don't know. And it's something that I enjoy the sound of, but is not in any way right for our music. So I always flip that over to the humbucker, which, again, I'm talking out my ass. I don't know shit about guitars. I think is more of a Les Paul kind of sound, which is hilarious because I genuinely hate playing Les Pauls. So I've bought 2 Les Pauls in my life, and I've sold them both. I know they're the rock and roll guitar, and everyone else sounds great playing out of them. I don't know why. They're heavy as shit, and they die on the vine. As soon as I hit them, I don't know. Anyway, so even when I have nicer guitars, if I'm playing Darling Waste music, I tend to default back to the Schecter Diamond Series guitars. My current, I've had 3 Schecter Diamond Series. I got rid of 2 of them. I still have my original black with the pink heart one that I've had forever. I did break the neck on that recently, and on not the last tour, but the second to last tour. I did not realize I broke the neck, and then the second show I was playing, it just kept detuning, and I'm like, I don't know what I'd be playing, and it would just be like an octave lower. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And after the show, I realized the neck had broken, and every time I tightened it, it was just breaking it more. So I've not gotten that fixed. It's been like 4 years or 5 years, and I haven't bothered to fix it. I think it's on my list this year to go get a new neck for that and get that fixed. So, and then I actually have it sitting next to me. I bought this Carlo Rabisi guitar, which I played on our reunion tour. It is not the best, but I like it. It's a bit of a... So I like noisy guitars. I like guitars with weird personalities. This guitar is a feedback machine on stage, and I really enjoy it. It's really... It has two switches. It has two pickups, and the one pickup is way too dull, and the other pickup is way too bright. So I like you were saying with your foot switch, I got a emulator, and I had to really dial in two very different sounds for switching that pickup to make them even close to something that is okay to use on stage. So I would not recommend this guitar for Darling Way stuff, but I like playing it. And then here's another thing that I like that is stupid. I like a DS1 orange distortion pedal. It just sounds like rock and roll to me because of the 90s and because of being in garage bands. So if you give me, if you listen to a lot of the Darling Way stuff, it's a Schecter played through a DS1 into a Fender Tweed, basically, is my sound. My acoustic guitar, my favorite acoustic guitar. Jamie and I fight on this podcast a lot. Jamie is a big Taylor, I believe, guitar person. It has a brighter tone, meant more for rock and roll that cuts through bands. And I have a Martin. It's like a Dreadnought DC something.
I do love when Jamie does her custom stuff and puts her last name over the brand. That I get such a kick out of that.
Yeah, no, I enjoy that as well.
Yeah, I just really love the idea of getting like a student like instrument and then replacing it piece by piece to making it awesome, rather than just buying new top of the line.
Yeah. Okay. And then someone from England said,
one last thing. If
I'm
you don't
sorry.
mind.
I'm sorry. Yeah, please.
No, that's okay. I always try to plug the ugliest signature guitar I've ever seen, Robert Smith's.
Oh my God, I was going to say that. I was looking like Robert Smith's Schecter is hideous because
hideous.
I was offered it. And I was like, I love him and I love this brand.
Yes.
I'm not playing that. Like, it's absolutely so not ugly. And you know what I went with instead? Because they said, you can get anything from Schecter at this point, and I got the Avenged Sevenfold one, who I don't like. Right. But it was my guitar, but slightly better. It had pearl inlays on the dots, but the pearl inlays were bats, and it had pearl inlays, and then I think around the edges of it were also like a pearl inlay. So just this gorgeous guitar with bats on it. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't like them, but yeah. And
why couldn't it be the other way around?
Right. And then so I sold it immediately. I feel bad that they gave it to me for free, and I played it for a tour. And then I think we needed to pay rent or something. I'm like, well, I got this $1,000 guitar, and sold it and went back to playing my regular Schecter. And then I got a blue Schecter. I don't know why they didn't even give me an option. They're like, sending you a diamond series, and it was just like race car blue. And I'm like, thanks. And that's the one that Daniel played for years. I don't know if you ever saw him play the blue Schecter with the white heart. Yeah. I think I actually played on a tour you were on. I played his guitar I don't know why. Yeah. I guess my guitar was broken or missing, or who knows. But
there was an issue with the other one.
Yeah, so I was playing Daniel's blue Schecter because Daniel actually really liked Gibson's. And what's the knockoff of Gibson? Epiphone. Daniel loved an Epiphone. He had a white and a black matching Epiphone that sounded really good. So yeah, he was not really a Schecter person, but he did it to be nice. But so yeah, okay, that covers guitar talk. And so a British woman wrote and said, "Is it a batch? Because it definitely isn't a barm." I don't know what that means, so I'm going to consult Google. Is it a batch or I feel like this is someone getting me to say something I'm not supposed to say, like live. Yep. Okay. Whether it's called a batch or a barm depends entirely where you are in England. Well, what the fuck is it? Soft, round, white bread. That's a dinner roll. You're thinking of a dinner roll. Or a bun, I guess we might call it in America, but I don't think we would call it that either. Batch, barm, cob, or bap. What do you call a bread roll? So, Justin, I'm looking at them. I will just describe them to you. I'm going to go to image.
Without you telling me anything, I'm going to say biscuit. which I know over there is cookie.
So it's not a biscuit, which is a cookie. I have
It's not.
a great story about that. So this looks like, so they score it on the top. And it's kind of flaky. Now I feel like I'm being Paul Diello. He had that, I forgot what he said that about the one time. And he's like, oh, I see. It's like, I can't remember what it was, but he called something like
a savory something.
A flaky savory scone, I believe is what he said.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. About something. I'm like, sure, man. So it does look a little bit different. So it has I do remember these from England, and they are delightful. So it has a kind of a crust to it that our rolls don't necessarily have. Our rolls are soft all the way around. These have a crispier outer crust to them almost. So I would almost say a cross between like the very outside of it almost is going to feel like a soft baked pretzel, I guess.
Ooh.
But it's in a roll form, if that makes sense. So a lot more of the middle part of a pretzel with the outer shell of it. I could be way off, but let me see. How to describe a British BAP roll. Please help me, Google.
Also, very quickly, I think Paul was describing your mom's biscuits and gravy.
That probably, yeah, because they don't have biscuits there. Yeah. So, yeah, he's like, oh, it's a savory scone.
Yes, it was adorable.
So, yes, pillowy soft, floury top with a gentle crust. So, yeah. Basically, yeah, it's almost. It's hard to describe, but I think it's. I've eaten these before. Their bread rolls might have our bread rolls beat a little bit, honestly. Ours are just soft all the way through. Theirs have like this nice, almost like a French bread has that crust on it. Yeah, that's what I'd say. It's kind of a roll version of French bread, maybe, is kind of close.
So it's like a different shaped croissant.
Yeah. It's like a rock-shaped croissant.
It's probably something you can buy from Grand's that'll pop out in a little tin.
I feel, and then they put flour on top. It looks like they dust them a little bit as well. Mm-hmm. I want them now. So yeah, in America we would call this a French roll, probably, which is really funny because you know about that, right? The British and the French hate each other so fucking much. They refuse to call anything that we call. So they, of course, they don't have the word French roll or French bread. They have to call it a bomb or a bap or a batch or an augie because fuck the French. Like, oh my god, they think it's so funny that we say garage. Now I'm saying it wrong. Garage. They're like, yes, a garage, because they say garage. They don't say. They think it's hilarious that we say silverware. Because they're like, yes, bring me your finest silverware. I shall eat, because they call it cutlery. But yeah, and then driveway they think is hilarious. I don't remember all the rest, but yeah, they have a lot of. They're very anti-French.
You told me a great story about when you were at a restaurant over there and somebody asked you if you wanted sauteed potatoes. Oh
my god. So we were staying, and I did this thing recently, maybe like a year ago. I think I don't know if I told you, I'm really into geoguessing. That's like a big hobby of mine. I'm pretty fucking good at it. So I could not remember where that place was. I knew it was out in the middle of nowhere. I knew it was like a half hour north of Brighton somewhere. I spent like 6 hours one night drinking coffee and going road by road on Google Maps until I kept finding places. I'm like, oh, this is it. And then I look around, I'm like, no, this is not the right intersection. And I'm like, this is not, they don't have the outside. I'm like, okay, cross that one off. And I just drove through the British countryside virtually for like 8 hours until I found this fucking place.
On this episode of Lance's Special Interest.
Quotes on the special. So I found it finally. But yeah, so at that same pub, we were staying there for like a week. Under dire circumstances. We were on tour. We left the tour early. We were going to go into like the northern part of Scotland. We weren't getting along with Arneson's Losses. It was like our third tour with them, and it was getting weird. I love them. I love their tour manager. This particular tour got a little weird. And I think with age, I just realized sometimes people are in a weird spot or having a bad week or, so I was mad at them at the time. We got over it and I've been over it. And now it's not even that big of a deal. But they were feeling the financial pinch of life at the time, and they just kept taking our money. The agreement was split it down the middle, split costs down the middle, split the payments down the middle, and they kept going to their jobs in between the shows. Because England is so small, they can just drive home every night. So they kept leaving us in weird places because they owned the van. And they used the van for their day job. So they'd be like, we're playing this show, then dropping you off in a storage shed in someone's backyard with no food, water, or electricity. And then we'll pick you up after work tomorrow and we're all going to be late to the show. Also, I need all of the money that you got paid to pay for my gas to my job. And we're like, what the So there's a lot of that going on, and we were just sick of it. And then also we got our record label deal with Yellowfish, who were like, hurry up and get off tour so we can record this record. So we decided to leave the tour a week early and jump into recording Good and Bad Angels and just get off this tour. And so anyway, we went down to this pub that we had stayed at before, because Brighton is a nightmare to try to get a hotel in. There are 5 universities in Brighton, and no matter how much they build, they can't keep up with demand. So every hotel in Brighton either has become short-term, week-by-week living for students, or costs $500 a night. So you have to stay outside of, at least at the time, you had to stay outside of Brighton, or stay in a hostel. So and the studio that we were in is also 20 minutes outside of Brighton. So we were staying at this pub that would let us stay for a week. I think there was 4 of us, and we were staying 2 to a room, and it was $20 a night or something. They were, it was because it was the middle of nowhere. They were happy to have us. They have a special meal every night that the cooks prepare, and then you can choose things. And I am not in the best mood, and I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll take the fucking lamb or whatever they had. I was not thrilled about it. And she's like, all right, would you like the this or that? I'm like, the steamed vegetables is fine. And she's like, would you like this or that? I'm like, I don't know, what is that? And she's like, would you like the salted potatoes? I'm like, the what? And she's like, the salted potatoes. Now I'd just be like, yes, please. Then I, for some reason, needed to know what she was saying. And I'm like, salted potatoes? And she got really, she's like, salted. I'm like, sorted potatoes? She's like, sauted. I'm like, sauted? She's like, yes. I'm like, the word is sauted? And she's like, yeah. And they don't say sauteed because it's too French. They say salted. And I thought she was saying salted or assorted. And I was so mad. I'm like, the word sauteed. And they're like, no, it's French. Okay, last one. We have 30 more, but let's do one last one. When you do
part 2 sometime.
Yeah, we'll hold them for the inevitable part 2. When you think about Darling Waste years from now, what do you hope fans remember most? That's a good question. I do genuinely, I'm not even going to front, think about legacy constantly. Way more than I should. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this show. So we had a bunch more things for if I die, my children can go back and be like, who was my dad in regards to this thing he did? Or,
I'm so sorry for ruining this podcast for them.
If you can hear me, I'm sorry about all the things I just said. Who was my dad? Oh, no.
The soda guy?
But, I think about that a lot, right? And that's one of the reasons I always try to keep up with every digital thing. And if something new comes out, I want the Darling Waste music put onto that. And because, what happened to MySpace, I think, scarred an entire generation. We lost so much, not just me, but everyone. I still see people talk about it all the time. I saw a thing recently. It's funny, after we talked about it recently, the owners of MySpace said, in the next year, we're going to make a comeback. Everyone's sick of Facebook. Because I'm like, it's really funny. And one of the top comments was like, fuck you, bring me my stuff back. Like, I don't want new MySpace. Nice. I want my shit, And they're yelling at the wrong person. The person that owns it now didn't do it, but...
The emo library of Alexandria.
It really is. It really is. You're exactly right. That's exactly what it is. So I've been obsessed with that, right? I don't like the Grateful Dead at all. Not even to the point where they're upsetting to me. I just listen to it and go, I don't know, sure. I get people love them. I get there's a whole experience behind it. It doesn't move me. But their guitarist, recently passed away. And his wife or daughter or someone said the only thing he talked about in his dying days were, are they going to know who I was in 100 years? And so he was just obsessed with it. Like, did we do enough that we won't be forgotten once the people who knew us die? And I'm like, fuck, that scares the shit out of me. And there's also that quote that it's, you truly die when the last person who remembers you dies. So I do think about that a lot. So that's kind of how I'm chasing immortality, is to put as much shit out there as possible that, like, people still know who Charles Dickens is, or people still know who Mozart is. And I'm obviously not either of those people, so I have a much higher hill to climb. So that's kind of what I think about. As far as what the legacy is, I don't know. I don't know if I even care. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to shape what people think about us. Just think about us, I guess, in 100 years. I think some of our music is a sign of the times, which is unfortunate. I think we're kind of lumped into, for better or worse, the emo movement, which we weren't in at the beginning and then kind of fell into and then kind of adopted more than we probably should have. So will we be like a flock of seagulls where our good songs are overshadowed by the way that we looked and the way that we acted? And if so, that's unfortunate. Like, there are great bands from the 80s who get lumped into really bad new wave band territory. I think that right now our current legacy for people who were there is Darling Waste was an emo band, but weird. They weren't an emo band. They weren't mall emo. They weren't Midwest emo. They were just, you had to be their kind of weird band for weird loser people to love, because we were weird loser people who were also outsider weirdo people. I think I'll be remembered as difficult, which sucks because I don't want to be remembered as difficult, but I think I am. And I definitely was, and I probably still am, a difficult human being to be around. And, okay. I mean, I can't change it, and I can't do anything, and I'm not sorry, I don't think. I mean, there's probably specific things that I'm sorry. I would be like, yeah, I'd handle that different now, but I think I was handling life the best I could in each moment. I think I was making true decisions. I don't think I was doing anything out of a hurtful place, and I think I was just reacting to the chemicals in my brain and the best I can. I do the best I can with what I have. I think just like 90% of the world, right? So that's what I think our legacy will be. Justin, do you have any thoughts on legacy?
Yeah, I really think the most important thing is I had folks come to me at shows and say, hey, I want you to know that these songs got me through hard times. And I really think that is the most important upshot of everything Darling Waste, that it was there for the people who needed it. Yeah,
I agree. I think it's really, I don't hate talking about it. It's uncomfortable to talk about, because I think bands use that as a tagline when it's not true. I think there was maybe not anymore, but at least in our scene, every band's like, we're the band that saves fucking lives. We're the ones who, and we even have songs like that where, like, we listen to you and no one else will, and we're there when no one else will. But we meant it, and it is true, and that you're correct. Like, and I still we joke about it, but I still see it today. Like, I have the back numbers for our Spotify, and I'm like, hey, whoever's in North Carolina, listening to Changing the Seasons around the clock last week, it's gonna get better. I hope you're okay. Like, because someone listened to it 170 times in some small town in North Carolina last week, between 10 a.m. and 4 a.m. every night or something. I'm like, Jesus, so yeah, it's nice that,
So
go ahead.
I apologize if I played into that. I didn't even know that was like a thing.
Oh, no, not at all. No, but I think there's bands that, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a publicist or was a publicist for years. Every band has that, like, we're here to save fucking lives. That's what we're here. And maybe they are all mean it or they all think it. So I just hate being that guy who's like, yes, I am. I'm here to save the... But yeah, I mean, we've had lots and lots of people come to us and go, hey, your stuff really helped me get through.
I know, like, I personally have songs that got me through times. I'm sure you do as well.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always have to fit anything. It could just be like, that is the song that I was listening to at this time in my life, and that time sucked, and I just remember that song and getting through. Like, so it could be just something like that.
No, you're right. Like, Everything in Its Right Place is definitely a song for me from Radiohead that gets me through shit, and there's no way that song lyrically is needing to be helping me get through something, but except for maybe it is. I don't know. Tom York.
You kept waking up sucking on lemons, and you're like, oh, thank God there's a song for it.
But I do feel that way in that song where he's like, I just got, as long as I can just get, I'm interpreting, maybe he's completely saying something different, but as long as I can get my life in order and clean up my house and get everything in its right place, I can get back on track and get back in this game. And yesterday I woke up just awful, but I can get through it as long as everything's in its right place. And I do feel a lot of times when I am in a weird spot, I will just clean up my house or rearrange CDs or something. That is something. So maybe there is something to it. On the flip side of that, I do remember teenage throes of melodramatic romantic depression and just like laying in the dark listening to Something I Can Never Have by Nine Inch Nails on repeat, just like rolling around on the ground being like, life's not worth it, and in college just coming home every day, turning out all the lights, turning on the black light, putting on The Cure's Disintegration, and just wallowing in self-pity, so yeah, there are, so if we could be that for a band, for a person, sure, that's awesome.
And then touching on legacy, I'm going to be a big downer here. I, for most of my life, have just thought of legacy as soon as I'm dead, nothing else matters.
Right.
Like, I will not be able to perceive it. So combine that with, I truly think we are at the end of civilization. I think in 100 years, humans might be gone. So I don't worry about legacy stuff.
That's true.
But I am probably not in the majority on that. So
no, and you are right though, and it's a losing battle no matter what, so it is, there is a thing to like, hey, maybe we shouldn't think about legacy so much, maybe we should just go outside and live some life or something instead of doing this. But I it's tough because I do agree with you. I am an atheist, and I think when you're gone, and then you're not. I don't even believe in any kind of like your energy goes into flowers or I'm like, it's just over. Consciousness is over.
The one small change I've made recently is I didn't want to be an organ donor. I didn't want to write out a will because once I'm gone, who cares? But going through the passing of my grandparents and seeing how they took steps to make sure the people in their life were okay or benefited in some way, that actually made me take steps to go ahead and do that sort of stuff where, like, if I go, my house doesn't go to the state, it goes to somebody I care about. Like, that is the one small little thing I've changed.
Do you know what my will is? Have I ever told you this? In 2019, I was pretty positive I was going to die. I had the diverticulitis and had gone septic and was walking with a walker, and they were like, you're going into an 8-hour surgery, and so I realized I had no will, and so from the hospital I wrote a will that is still my will to this day, and I emailed it to several people and said, this is my last will and testament, this is all, and it's just Jamie's in charge. No one else is in charge. Aww. Jamie's in charge. All of my stuff, everything goes to Jamie. Jamie will then decide what happens to it. You may go to Jamie and say, I would like this, and Jamie can make a decision at that point. Jamie can come to you and say, I would like you to have this. I think Lance would like this. If you have a strong argument for why you want something, Jamie can be the executor and make these decisions. If Jamie doesn't care about something, then it can just be tossed or whatever. But Jamie is literally the executor of any estate that I have at any time that I die. Immediately. She needs to drop what she's doing, come to my house, sort my belongings, even if it's just, as your executive, your wife can decide. Bye. Sure. You know,
Yeah. No, that's super smart.
I figured Jamie's the best.
I have a small. Yeah, no, I think that's great. I have a small group of people who I love, and I know that they would not be able to handle things like if I died suddenly because they'd be preoccupied with that. So as silly as it sounds, I have the real estate agent who sold my grandfather's house. Like I met with them like, hey, would you be willing to, be my executor on this stuff? This would be the fee. I will leave it to you as a beneficiary, and we agreed upon that because I just know that they can not be so close to the situation that they will be able to make, reasonable decisions.
No, absolutely. Sometimes the podcast is about who owns what sodas. And sometimes the podcast is about what happens when you die.
Yes.
And that's the duality of man. Thank you guys for listening.
And the irony is that we will both die from our soda consumption.
It's also funny that I was like, at the beginning of this podcast, I'm like, Jamie's not here. Time to go off the rails. 2 shock jocks, morning radio. Like, we're going to be silly as shit. And then it just ends with like a 20-minute discussion on legacy and death and what the meaning of everything is. So that's fun.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys get a living will.
Yeah. Smash that like and subscribe button. Hop into our Discord and make sure you have a living will. So that's all the time we have. We've been for 2
and might I
hours.
just say, that's so dark.
Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for the questions. We have roughly 30 we didn't get to, I think. But a lot of them are kind of general podcaster kind of questions. So maybe we'll do this again when one of us can't make it. It was a good time. Maybe if I can't make it, you and Jamie can just answer a bunch of questions from the internet. All right.
In memoriam.
I will see. I will see you next week. Next week is the hidden track, and then the final song on that one album that we have, Manifestation Rebellion. No? Yes. No. Yes. Manifestation Rebellion. So awesome. Thank you for doing this, Justin. I really appreciate you. I'm happy that we got to do this. It was a good time.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, and thanks everybody for your questions.
All right. Love you. I will see you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.